But before then, I will always want to go back to review activities of trading as it happened yesterday in the capital markets. Thank you very much for joining from wherever you are, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm excited to be back here again, and let's continue to make money and intentionally build wealth. That's what we're all about, and hopefully we get the results we're looking for in the long run. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's proceed as we go on to take your comments. But before then, I will be reading and reviewing activities of trading on the stock exchange as it panned out yesterday. Let's be informed and reminded that this is not a quick money-making scheme. The stock market is not there for gambling. It is rather there to help individuals who understand how the market operates and want to indeed gain sufficient knowledge of how it works to go ahead to invest long-term, patiently building wealth, both capital gains and dividend income. All right. So we proceed immediately onto activities as it panned out yesterday. The Nigerian equities market began December on a cautious and bearish foot, shedding 200 billion naira in market value. The benchmark all-share index declined to 0.22% to 143,210.33 points. Consequently, the year-to-date return eased to 39.14% from 39.44% in the previous week, while the market capitalization shed 197.32 billion naira to settle at 91.09 trillion naira. The negative tone was influenced by sell-offs in international breweries, which lost 10%, Dangote Sugar down 1.61%, and WAPCO down 0.45%, while the buyers' interest was intense in UBA, which gained 1%, Champion Breweries 8%, and AICO 6.34%. Market activity was notably down, with transaction volume and trade value lower by 19.74% and 6.82% respectively. Cornerstone dominated the trading activity with 908.82 million shares valued at 4.59 billion naira. So there was a huge transaction in Cornerstone that should draw our attention to what the status of Cornerstone really is, because when you see heavy money flowing there, that's part of the investment approach or strategies. You know, when you see so much money flow in one direction, you know that something is really going on there, and you want to be sure what it is that is attracting that much transactions. Well, Cornerstone is actually a 5 naira 53 kobo insurance stock, must be amongst the best performers, but from what I see, earnings per share is 51 kobo, so nothing much of a surprise. Maybe, just maybe, realignment or a private placement, or what we call cross deal must have happened there, because not easy to carry out such almost 1 billion shares traded in one stock without a cross deal facilitating that. So, ladies and gentlemen, top gainers as far as yesterday is concerned: NCR up 9.9% to 60 naira 10 kobo per share. Sunu Ashore up 9.18%, 4 naira 28 kobo. Champion Breweries up 8.11% to 14 naira per share. Mikio up 7.58% to 29 naira 80 kobo, and Guinea Insurance up 7.27% to 1 naira 18 kobo. Now, you would have noticed a whole lot of activities is going on in the insurance sector. Don't say I didn't tell you. You were informed that 2026 is going to be the year for the insurance companies, and you can see the level of realignment going on as far as insurance stocks are concerned. There's money in the insurance industry, and you must not miss out having heard these tips over and over again. Imagine the amount of money that has been pumped into a stock like Cornerstone. Cornerstone, with not much in terms of earnings per share, but you can see 908 million shares in one day, 4.59 billion naira. I repeat, billion naira is sinking into an insurance company. That is a huge the gainers list. Insurance stocks are actually dominating that list, right? So it tells you a lot about how smart money is already positioning in the insurance industry going forward, looking forward to what comes of in 2026. If you are following me and you are not making money out of all these tips, I don't know how else you want to make it, because this is clean and clear strategic investing, following the dynamism of the market, reading the room ahead of time, and then taking advantage of it. Once again, do not miss a substantial stake in the insurance sector. By all means, at least one insurance company from all what we have been doing, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, market breadth. The trading session closed with more laggards than advancers, highlighting investors' caution. A total of 26 stocks recorded losses against 19 gainers. All right, the sell-off was most pronounced in the consumer and insurance counters, with international breweries down 10%, leading the decliners, followed by RT Briscoe 9.8% and Cornerstone Insurance, which was heavily sold off after last week's institutional accumulation. Now, from the way this has been reported, you would think there was an accumulation last week and then a sell-off this week. It's not possible. Whenever there is a sell, there is always a buyer. If there are no buyers, there is no deal. So, as much as last week has been classified as institutional buying, then this week's that is being mentioned as a sell-off is still a buying, because you can't sell off if there is no buyer in the market. The long and short of it is big money is driving into the insurance industry quietly. And let me also inform us, there's one news I was supposed to have shared yesterday that I needed to share today. If you know the structure of First Bank, that's First Holdings, First Hold Co., all right, you would know that one of their subsidiaries is called FBN Quest. FBN Quest is the arm that does all sorts of investing, stockbroking, and all those things. First Bank has finally sold off FBN Quest. For those who know FBN Quest, and it was sold off to a consortium of investors, and one of the members of that consortium is Custodian Insurance. So you see, Custodian, they have a stake right now in what you know as FBN Quest, because they were a part of those entities that bought off FBN Quest from First Hold Co. That's a serious move there by Custodian Insurance. So there is a whole lot of realignment and all manner of deals going on preparatory to the full-blown implementation of the Insurance Industry Reform Act that is already a law right now. Okay, so let's be smart enough to participate by all means. You know, the insurance sector, a lot of cheap companies are there, and this is your era. Now you are in that era when most of these insurance companies are cheap. It's good to find your way into one. You may be lucky, yours could do a 10-bagger in the next 3 to 5 years. All right, and that was how. Let me also inform you that the Nigerian banking sector used to be very cheap. Banks were so cheap, were all pennies. Like I told you, even Bisoye told us here, she bought, was it Zenith or GTCO public offer when it was 5 naira per share. So these banks were like the insurance sector many years back, until they kept recapitalizing, kept putting money in the businesses, kept transforming, and then we started seeing internet banking, online banking, all manner. And today, the value they have created over the years has now turned into great value and pricing or re-rating of their stock prices. We are now going to see something similar to that. You will not have just 2 or 3 stocks, insurance stocks, being double-digit stocks in terms of stock prices. You will see a whole lot of change in the next 3 years, beginning from 2026. So take advantage right now. There is no better way to put it than to rally you to be sensitive enough. This is how we make the money. Somebody who bought GTCO or Zenith at 5 naira has nothing to worry about when it comes to, oh, market crash and no market crash. You understand the point we make now? So that's the way it works. The moment you are able to get into an industry early enough, fantastic. I've always repeatedly said here, my entry price for UBA up till now is 7 naira per share, because I accumulated enough that time. 1 million shares of UBA, 7 naira that time, right? So I don't worry myself, oh, UBA didn't pay 2 naira like they paid last year. How can they be paying 25 kobo interim dividend when last year they paid 2 naira interim dividend? It doesn't bother me. The price comes down from 48 to 36. It doesn't worry me. My entry price is 7. You know why? It's a long-term dividend stock. Every year, twice, I'll be receiving beautiful, handsome, wonderful dividend payout. So structure yourself like that. A reform, a change is coming in the insurance sector. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how I want to end it regarding the review of activities on the floor of the exchange as far as yesterday's trading is concerned. And let me inform you, I didn't plan these things. You know, I just come out and I get inspired to speak. And so wherever I touch, maybe that could just be something very important. I didn't plan to speak about insurance sector or all that, but from the report, you see, I don't even review these reports that we read, review of activities the previous day. The moment I come on live is when I actually get the report. And so we are analyzing the trend and trying to align accordingly. You can't continue to just invest blindly. Those who make money in the market always can read the room, or at least the investment aura going on, and then you align accordingly. Okay? If you are not following me, you are losing money. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to now go on to take your comment. But before then, please let me also inform you that every view and opinion expressed in the course of the live stream are all private and they are mine, not investment advice. If you want to invest, make sure you cross-check, do your own research, and then take an informed investment decision. Ladies and gentlemen, off to your comments and we go on to YouTube. Please, you know how we do it. Go ahead to keep liking, keep sharing, keep the screen actions going on all the platforms you are, so that we continue to make money. Remember, we have only December to make the best in terms of purchasing the best stocks at the best prices. After now, there's going to be a rally as usual, because people, investors out there would have been back from their December expenses and looking forward to making the money they spent in December as quickly as possible. And then how do they do that? They look for companies to invest in the stock market whose full year result is about to be announced. Let me also structure your mind to understand how the market operates. When the full year comes to an end, then all companies are expected to report their full year result. Up till now, all we have is the third quarter results. A lot of changes can happen as far as the fourth quarter, which is the last quarter, between October and December is concerned. So a whole lot of changes, some negative, some much more positive. And so when the full year result is prepared, they will need 1 or 2 months, which will take January or February to be ready. Results will start coming out around middle or end of February. You start seeing results. Company results will be published. So what people do in January is to get back into the market to recover all the money they spent in Dirty December or Oble. Is that what you call it? Oble, right? Did I get it right? I don't know what language that is, but we've been hearing Oble. Okay? So all the money they spend during Oble and Dirty December, they want to start making it back. So they find a way to take position in companies that are likely to announce good results. They are positioning for both capital gains. They're also positioning for what you call dividend payouts, because from that end of February, March, companies will start announcing their dividend payouts, which eventually gets paid between April and May. This is how the market works. We are speaking to you from 27 years experience. It hasn't changed. And so it continues into 2026. So if you know all of these and you plan accordingly, everybody who is investing now, whatever you bought in November and December, be rest assured, as long as they are very good companies, you are going to enjoy great capital gains going forward. So when these people start running back to put their money in, they will be chasing most of these stocks. By then, you and I are already well positioned in them based on what we've been doing since November and December. Then all we need to do is come here in the morning and keep celebrating how these stocks are jumping. Right? Okay. Benga Babatunde, good afternoon to you. Gladys Edegware, good afternoon. It's good to see you. It's been a while, even if it's maybe 1 or 2 days that you've been off. Hello, my chief coach. Great. Mike Ades NG Ventures. Thank you very much, everyone. BBN Yutong, appreciate you right there. All my YouTube family, I salute you. Ago Alice, Wingman, Kolawole Samson, you are all appreciated. Emeka Wogu, thank you very much. Ibi Fubara Jumbo, that's my brother, my fellow Rivers blood. Appreciate you. I see all your efforts at growing your wealth. I see some of your comments on the group, and I'm really excited that you are taking this thing seriously, and together let's build wealth. So your question is, good afternoon coach, please, should I buy TIP PO 800,000 shares to complete 1 million challenge, or rather buy RDL with the funds? We are all in this confusion together right now, because I was speaking to someone this morning and I was telling him this is how your financial discipline is shaped right inside of you. Why? Because suddenly you are seeing so much prospects to put money in. Joshua, thank you so much. I saw that cake there. Appreciate you. You are looking for where to put the little money you have, and there are so many attractions in the market. Now, what that does to you internally, you think you have a problem and you are thinking, oh, which one should I buy now? I don't want to make a mistake. I need to make the best decision. What you don't know that is happening to you inside is that financial discipline that may not have been there all along. How do I mean? Suddenly, every money that comes around you, you want to channel them into investing. You will not have the appetite to waste money forever, because opportunities to invest the money and grow it better are just haunting you left, right, and center. Sometimes you want to feel guilty that you are not doing enough. That's the discipline internally taking place. So even when you used to be a waster of money, because a lot of times people waste money because they don't know what to do with it. They just make money and feel that it will keep coming. Let me tell you, money does not flow forever. There will come a time it will stop coming. No matter what job you are doing, no matter what your skill is, there will come a time that money will stop flowing. The wisdom that you should apply for yourself is how to make that money keep flowing forever, whether you are doing what you're doing to bring the money or not. Economic policies can change, governments can change, a whole lot of things can happen, mishap can happen, and that flow is cut off. Wisdom demands that you don't depend on that flow that is not under your control. So you gathered most of the cash flowing to you to invest, so you keep a permanent stream of income. That's what we're trying to do. So back to your question. It will be good to achieve 1 million challenge. Really, really good, right? But here is Aradel begging for attention right now. What I can tell you is this: because there's a time limit for the tip, Go all in for the tip. Complete your 1 million challenge. Celebrate that win. It's a big achievement. We don't know what we're doing now. Imagine you do tip 1 million challenge, you achieve it, and then after now, maybe by this time next year, tip now starts selling for 20 naira per share. That's something you bought under around 10 naira, which is 10 million, already selling for 20 or valued at 20 million. Then give it 5 years, tip starts selling for 50 naira per share or more. So one stock in your portfolio is breathing 50 million or more. Then they begin to grow dividends. Remember, they will keep growing dividends. If they paid 10 kobo last year, you remember they paid 10 kobo this year? That 10 kobo was paid out from a 1 naira earnings per share. So they saved 90 kobo and paid only 10 naira. Now, when they finish the recapitalization and start making sufficient money to go around the new number of shares outstanding, what will happen is the next step will be to start growing the dividend. So they pay 10 kobo, that's 100,000 naira dividend on your 1 million shares. If they progress to 20 kobo, that's 200,000 naira on your 1 million dividend. By the time they start paying 50 kobo per share, that's 500,000 every time tip pays dividend. That's what has happened with a stock like NACO, and these are the reasons why we're doing the 1 million challenge. NACO, that was a 2 naira stock 5 years ago, was paying around 20 kobo, 35 kobo, 45 kobo, then 75 kobo, and so on. As we speak this year, NACO paid 5 naira 90 kobo. So whoever bought 1 million shares 5 years ago, you received 5.9 million naira dividend. Forget about the capital gains. That 2 million NACO you bought with, 2 million naira NACO you bought is now worth 100 and something million. This is the whole inspiration and idea about the 10 million challenge, 1 million challenge. So what you can do, find a way, complete your 1 million challenge on tip because it has a deadline. And then, not that your 1 million challenge generally has a deadline, it has no deadline, but the public offer presents you a fantastic price to enter. Complete that. Tip is closing at, I think the offer is closing on the 12th of this month. Finish that one, then any other free funds you get between now and end of December, or however low Arada continues to sell, talking about 680 or anything below that, you just find a way to start gathering that until it goes out of hand. I think that's the best way to go about it. I hope I haven't wasted too much time, but I guess so many people have this challenge right now. Which do I go for? Which should I leave? How do I allocate funds? It's normal. I see the most frugal investors in the house. What delayed gratification will do for you is that you will suddenly be able to buy and spend much more later, because you have built the little you had by delayed gratification, and then you now have capacity to do much more than what you had could have been able to do for you. Coach, I want to sell my Guinea Insure to buy more of Universal Insurance. Is it a good decision? Lakeside. Let's see how they rate Guinea versus Universal. It's always good to at least make informed decisions, very informed decisions. So you are sure when you step in that you are not making mistakes. So Guinea versus Universal, right? God help me with these comments. I hope I can catch up. Guinea versus Union Shore, right? Okay. I think I made that comparison some time ago. Okay, let's see how it goes. Remember, you don't want to be biased, you want to be objective, and so on. Guinea Insurance has 5 kobo earnings per share, PE ratio 22. The higher the PE ratio, the more expensive by that metric when you're comparing companies and peers in the same industry. So Guinea is around 1 naira 18 kobo. Universal Insurance is around 1 naira 15 kobo. Let's see what their revenue is. 2.78 billion is what Guinea generates in form of revenue. Goodness gracious. Universal Insurance generates 23 billion naira. Are you kidding me? All right. Net income. Guinea nets 418 million from 2.7 billion, while Universal nets 2.84 billion from 23 billion. Universal is actually the bigger player, but how cheap is it compared to Guinea? We will confirm that from the earnings per share just on the surface very quickly. First, shares outstanding of Guinea Insurance is 7.9 billion, and this is where the difference is now. Guinea Insurance has far less shares outstanding, 7.94 billion shares. Universal Insurance has 16 billion shares, and this is where it waters down all the wonderful revenue and net income retained. So by the time you split those net income into the number of shares, you have Guinea Insurance retaining 5 kobo earnings per share, Universal Insurance 18 kobo earnings per share. PE ratio, Universal Insurance 6.49, Guinea Insurance 22.52. Obviously, Guinea is the more expensive one at 1 naira 18 kobo, even if Universal Insurance is at 1 naira 15 kobo. Guinea Insurance, going by the earnings per share and the PE ratio. PE ratio is the price to earnings ratio. A lower PE ratio means a cheaper stock when you're comparing two stocks in the same sector. And so with a PE ratio of 6.49, Universal Insurance is better than Guinea, which has a PE ratio of 22.52. Very simple, easy decision here. Universal Insurance is the way to go. If you are selling Guinea to buy Universal Insurance, fantastic. That's because even the Guinea is now more expensive than the Universal, which is a better stock amongst the two. So nice move there. You are using a less valuable stock to buy more of a more valuable stock, because Guinea is currently more expensive than Uni, slightly by 3 kobo per share, and that's a great deal. Even if Guinea was half the price of Universal Insurance. So to have the Guinea at this price, I think it's a wonderful move there. Fantastic move there, all right? Thanks, coach. Please, I'm new to investment. I have 1 million to invest. Which one would you advise, sir? Damcious. I want to confirm. Do you have a brokerage account? You need some foundational knowledge. Do you have that? Have you watched the beginner guide? Is this your first time? Since you said you are new to investing, it's important you understand this. You know why? General recommendations may not always be the best for you, because as our faces are different, so are our investment goals. No two fingerprints are the same. The same goes for our investment goals. Some people prefer dividend cash flow, and so there are stocks that they would prefer to invest in to enjoy regular dividend cash flow. Some want capital gains. They want to grow the money as much as possible. And based on my experience of meeting different categories of people, I can say that the older generation prefer dividend cash flow because they are retiring from work, and so they may not be too crazy about capital gains. since they have already worked hard, made a lot of money, and now what they want is something to keep giving them cash flow to maintain their lifestyle, right? While a younger group set, what they want is grow the money and then therefore take more risks. And if they have to take more risks, it means the higher the risk, the higher the reward, right? Should anything go wrong, they still have time on their side because they are younger. They can still work their way back up and all of that. So that's the way it works. But on the surface, if you ask for what stock to buy, as we speak right now, there are still very fantastic prospects that you may want to consider. I've mentioned UACN, so we also need to know, are you a long-term investor? These are the things you need, and that's why I recommend that beginner guide video from my YouTube channel. My link, the link tree on my bio there, if you click on it, you will see all my social media handles. Go on the YouTube channel. If you can't find it because there are too many videos right now, just follow me on Instagram, send me a DM requesting, saying I'm a beginner. I'll just give you all the details of what to start with, beginner guide, open your brokerage account, and join Net Worth Investors Club. We are over 3,900 members right now. I think as at this morning, 3,930. By the way, I've not been able to respond to a lot of DMs on Instagram lately. So there are so many requests to join. Maybe we'll be hitting 4,000 before even Christmas. Now, those are fellow Nigerians in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, including some foreigners. You know, that is another place where you can keep following discussions and keeping tabs with market developments. This is how we grow together, helping each other with updates, ideas, information, analysis, and all that. So that every time you put money in any stock, you know what to expect. There's no better way to invest than knowing what you are doing, right? Coach, what's your view on Ella Lake? So I was going to still mention, if you are interested in any stock right now, getting started, I think I'm going back to see what's happening now, because what we are doing here is actually daily live updates. Exactly what is happening on the floor of the stock exchange per second is what we are sharing here. And one of the stocks that you may want to start with, I would say, is a stock like from Zenith Bank to UACN. UACN is still around 78, not bad. I'm seeing that the volume is not much yet. After 2.5 hours of trading, there are some that are high risk, high reward. But being a starter, you don't want to get into that yet. You need to secure your money first so that you can then, from there on, as you get more knowledge and insight, you now know what risk to take and what risk not to take. For instance, you have the likes of Tantalizers going through some kind of business transformation and tidying up their books, trying to come out of a loss-making position, you know, very cheap. But if there's a sudden market decline, those stocks will be affected, but not the likes of Zenith Bank, UACN, Unilever, TIP that we're all running after right now, especially as it is cheaper in the public offer, the primary market. Okay, so these are a few that you can start up with. I am also thinking it's not a bad try if you take up a stock like Fidelity Bank. Fidelity Bank has been doing serious volumes, and for more than a week now, we are seeing very strong interest in that bank. Every time the price tries to hit anything around 19 naira 20 kobo, they find a way to wave it back to 1905, 1910, or 19. Now, take a look at this. As we speak now, Fidelity is having 47 million bids versus 7.4 million offers. Someone has been repeatedly accumulating Fidelity Bank and refusing to let it jump. And Fidelity Bank really didn't move in 2025. This is how sometimes you can discover stocks that can easily fly the following year. So what does that mean? Does it mean all the value created by Fidelity Bank from January to December 2025, none has been reflected on the stock price? That is to say, that stock price has remained depressed for long. And when they let it fly, it will really fly. But before then, I am noticing that there has been serious transactions going on. Currently, 16 million shares have been traded already. 319 million naira spent. If we go back now and check what the analysis of total transactions done yesterday, you will see there were quite some volume. And on a daily basis for more than a week now, we are seeing loads of bids for Fidelity. 47 million bids. Out of the 47 million, I am seeing clearly 35 million standing at 19 naira per share out of a whole 47 million shares. So these are not joke bids. They are right there, very close to, in fact, yesterday's price was 19. That's where they put the prices. The closest one is, in fact, highest bidder is 19 naira 5 kobo, but it's just 18,000 shares. After that bidder, you have someone bidding 5 million shares at 19 naira. 2 steps down, you have 10 million shares at 19 naira, another 10 million shares at 19 naira, another 10 million shares at 19 naira. So out of 47 million on page 1 of the bid list, highest bidder list, you have 35 million shares bidded for at 19. So it's not a joke. It's not that they went down all the way to bid as low as 1710, which is the lowest price it can drop for today. 10% down from 19 naira is 17 naira 10 kobo. How you know fake bids is when you scroll down to the end and see that most of the millions of bids are packed at that last price. You know this one is fake. They are trying to create an impression that the stock is in high demand. But in this case, 35 million out of 47 million bids are ready to pay 19 naira and pick up those stocks. That's what I'm seeing here right now. Okay, so these are some of the things. Fidelity has had 1 or 2 challenges along the line, and I remember during the year, the MD, she bought at 22 or 20 naira. So she is also at a loss at the moment. So you shouldn't panic because a stock price dipped. Maybe, just maybe, since it didn't move amongst all the other banks this year, next year could be Fidelity's year, because some banks and some companies will still do their own solo runs. It happens a lot. Let me quickly now rush and take most of your questions so that I don't over-explain and burn the time. But it's important that when we find certain moves in the market, we point it out to you so that you know what to do. Zenith is down to 59 naira 90 kobo. Attractive, very attractive. What do you do in Network Investors Club? Is it also live? Pelinas Ventures. What we do is on a daily basis, 24 hours, we are communicating. Network Investors Club, currently we are on Discord group, and we intend to eventually be having live meetings across the locations where we are located. So when you join the club, you first learn it's like Discord group is like a WhatsApp group, but it's a much more enhanced platform. All right, it has so many features and can contain so many people and so on. So we discuss stocks. There is the Nigerian stock channel, there's the foreign stock channel, there is the day trade stock channel, and there is also the knowledge bank. So there are various channels that once you arrive on the landing page, you can follow links to join and be a part of the discussion. You can decide not to talk or communicate because it's chat. You can decide to also ask questions freely every moment. While we are here live, some are still discussing, they're searching for information, getting updates and so on. The important thing is you can't really make the most of the stock market if you don't find yourself in a community of investors, because you can't do it alone. the market thrives on information flow. And so the group is where we trap information. Different members get information, the admins get information and share, responding also to your questions, whether this is the first time you are starting, you are looking for what stock broker to use, or one challenge you have or the other, one question you have or the other. So it's a fantastic learning community base to keep honing your investment skills, knowledge of the market and all of that, right? So that's what we do. Basically, please be informed. Nobody is going to ask you to bring money for them to invest for you. It's not Net Worth Investment Club. Take very good note of that. It's Net Worth Investors Club. A group of investors, individual investors coming together, sharing knowledge and investing for themselves, by themselves, but picking knowledge and rubbing minds together before taking investment decisions. I hope that is clear. So let no one trick you into giving them no money, and joining the club is free of charge. All right? Okay. Good morning, coach. How much do I bid for FTN Cocoa? Is the bid too much, sir? Actually, FTN Cocoa, I saw it drop to 4 naira 70 kobo. I said it that it will come under December pressure, and it's looking so. 1 million bids versus 4.1 million offers. Maybe 4 naira 60 kobo or 4 naira 55 kobo could just be okay for now. Could drop all the way down to 4 naira 50 kobo because there are just 370,000 shares bidded for at 450 and above, right? So it's very likely 450 can work, 460 can work. It's currently 4 naira 70 kobo, down from the 4 naira 90 kobo traded yesterday. And of course, there are just about 158,000 shares traded so far. So the buyers are not in a hurry. The pressure is on the sellers. There are 4.1 million offers from sellers, and there are only 1 million bids from buyers. So you can now make up your mind which way to go. Okay? All right, coach, I wonder between Wapik and Cornhall, which do you think will be sold to another insurance company? Wow. Baba Gift, we really can't tell. Wapik is not a new player in the market. It's been there all along for a very long time. And Wapik is the current Coronation Insurance. For Cornhall, with that strong backing from Aradel, I doubt if they will be bought over. Cornhall is in a financially stable world. For some of us who do not know, let me inform you that Cornhall actually has a stake in Aradel, and Aradel also has a stake in Cornhall. That's how interesting their relationship is. Okay? So Aradel has stakes in Cornhall. Cornhall has stakes in Aradel. If you go through their financial reports, you will find most of the details, all right? So that's it. So for me, it's going to be hard for me to say Cornhall will be sold. In any case, anything can happen. And then something is interesting me here, ladies and gentlemen. While you are there being afraid of whether you should buy Ella Lakes or not, Ella Lakes just continues to jump. 14 naira 99 kobo as we speak. Once you make up your mind to invest and walk away and stop dilly-dallying and listening to the noises in the market, because the market is full of noises. There are just 6 million bids for Ella Lakes versus 5 million offers. Yet, Ella Lakes that closed 14 naira yesterday is up to 14 naira 99 kobo now. Whether it closes at 14.99 or drops below the 14 by the time trading closes today. We don't know, but it shows the market has a mind of its own. How do I mean? The public offer is on at 12 naira 50 kobo thereabouts, but there is serious trading going on in the market at 14.99. People don't want to wait for allotment. They are taking position there. So far, 7.4 million shares have been traded. Okay, another good stock that looks okay at the current price is Wema Bank. Wema sometimes drops all the way down to 17. Currently it's at 18. Yesterday it closed at 18.25. Today it's at 18. 5 million offers versus 2 million bids. So there is a chance it could drop below 18. Anywhere 17.90, 17.80 is a fantastic entry position for Wema Bank, for anybody who is interested. Okay, keep your comments coming in. Coach, please, I want to join your Discord group, Hamstech. All you need to do, just send me a DM on Instagram. Make sure it's Instagram, because you know, when you are offering free services like this, it's difficult, very difficult to meet the demands of comments. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter. So comments are flying in left, right, and center, DM buzzing. And that's why I say, just send your DM only on Instagram. Now, even the Instagram, I used to clear all DMs. I cannot clear all. Someone came to the comment section of one of the videos I posted this morning. I've sent you a message, still no response. She does not understand what I have to deal with and still be here for 2 straight hours, all for free. You know, so just send me a DM on Instagram and requesting to join Discord group. I'll forward the link to you. The link changes from time to time. It is a controlled means of admitting people into the group so that you don't have hackers. So for your cyber security and the protection of the members of the club, the link expires from time to time and can only come from me. Or you're already in the group and you request it and any of the admins are able to share with you. Otherwise, there's nowhere to get a link. So in other words, we're not looking for crowd. We're not looking for multitudes. No. Just like I shared with all of us on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, YouTube, I'm not looking for numbers. I'm just looking for a few people who want to really grow and we flow together. Numbers can join later when they see your results. So it's not a matter of, you can't gather people by force. It's not, of course, you are doing something willingly. You can't force people into doing it. But the few who are sensitive enough and align quickly, you show them the way, they get results. That I'm good. Okay? So we're not out because it's a not-for-profit club. We are going through the reason why most of our plans for physical sessions and all that have slowed down a bit and almost like it's quiet is because we want to get the registration complete and there's a lot of delays going on. That registration will finish in CAC before we now go full blast. So it's a not-for-profit organization, just like a foundation. So if it was a profit-making organization, then we'll go all out looking for members, come and join. We are not, it's not such. So we are happy with already the overwhelming number and interest that we have seen. So our interest is that you practicalize what we are saying, benefit real time. Those things that people wave away on social media and say stock is scam, this and that. When you see the results, you will not be moved by those talk. You will now know that people are talking only from their level of exposure and information and knowledge. What you don't know is bigger than you. So you won't blame them. Okay? Coach, I wonder I've responded. Chief Coach, I no longer receive X alert. Hope no problem. Mikades, I don't think there's a problem. The truth is X alert, that's the alert from CSS every time you do a transaction. It's not consistent. from time to time. It's not consistent. Wow, there's a whole lot of deals here on UACN at 78. I'm seeing a whole nearly 300,000 shares traded at once at 78 naira per share. This was the UACN. I remember crying for people to buy. Then we were on WhatsApp maybe 2 years ago. We were on WhatsApp before we migrated to Discord group. UACN was selling around 12 naira, then 15 naira. I kept seeing value in this stock. Just 2 years ago, it's 78. And the actual valuation of UACN is not in that price yet after they bought Chi Limited. If you watch that video, you will have a good idea what UACN should be selling for soon in the next 12 months. Right? Coach, update on UBA and Champs rights issue. It hasn't reflected. Chika, it doesn't reflect easily. No rights issue or public offer reflects as fast as when you buy from the floor, because there are procedures that they must follow. First, there's a whole lot of paperwork through the brokerage firms and the issuing houses, harmonizing payments received and the forms, and then pushing it to the registrars who will now collate. Along the line, people will make mistakes. Some applications will be void. So if you are filling your TIP, VFD, Presco, Ella Lakes, any of these rights issue and public offers you are going for, be careful to fill it very carefully. Settle down and do it. Any mistake you make that renders your application void, it all means you just sent your money, tied it down for months, only to get it back and be told your application was void. So carefully do it. Remove children, allow them to sleep. When they've gone to bed, you focus, or you do it in your office quietly and make sure you put in the right information once and for all. Okay? So it takes time. Even after they collate and everything, they will report to the Securities and Exchange Commission for approval of the offer, for the admission of the new shares that has been subscribed for before allotment now happens. So it takes time. It takes months. You just need to relax after you have. That's why don't apply for public offer or rights issue with short-term funds. Everybody understand this. Don't take money you want to use to pay rent next year to put in public offer, because you can't tell how long it takes before they do allotment. Right? Lovett Adams says, Coach, good morning, sir. Please, which of the insurance companies is best to invest in? That's the question I still haven't been able to answer, because I'm not done with my analysis of all insurance companies. And when you say best, you will need to actually know that shoe gets size. You know how we say it in Nigeria, shoe gets size. You can't use a custodian insurance to be comparing a universal insurance, a Guinea insurance, or a Veritas cap. The gap is too much. So you want to compare them pair for pair, even though in the same industry. So I really can't tell which is the best. But if you say overall best in terms of performance and all that, that's the reason why custodian is more expensive than all other insurance stocks. So custodian insurance, in terms of past performance and quality, is the best insurance company, if that's what you want. 30 something naira per share. I know it got to 40 before it dropped into around 36. So in that case, that's the best insurance stock. Coach, please advise on dividend paying insurance stocks for long-term position. Well, custodian insurance, name insurance, Mansard insurance. I'll give you those three. Chika says, I didn't get tip notice for rights issue. You see, this is why we have the Net Worth Investors Club. A lot of things can go past you. For instance, Aradel just paid interim dividend. Most of us, we don't keep track. The truth is, I don't even keep track. But because you are in a community like this, one person received dividend, and we've told ourselves, if you receive your dividend, please share, so that everybody will know. And those who are not even expectant can check. Aradel paid dividend and they broke it into two, unusually. So you will receive dividend, you check, it's not complete, what's happening? Then you hear the other person, I received dividend twice, so you now expect the second. So there are some information you will not get. Why am I mentioning Aradel? Because for the Aradel, I didn't receive a lot. A lot didn't come. Whereas the dividend has been sitting in the bank. So when others were saying, I've received my Aradel, I've received my Aradel, I didn't receive a lot, so I was waiting. Then after a few days, somebody now said, I got my Aradel and I just noticed it's in the bank, it's in my account, but I didn't get a lot. Then I went to check and saw mine was sitting pretty. I don't know why they call it pretty. Is money pretty? Okay. So mine was sitting pretty in the account without a lot. So a lot of times you don't even remember, but when you are in a cycle like this, you are up to speed. For instance, you want tip form. If you go on the group now, they will share with you. Once you ask, oh, I need the tip public offer form, or I didn't get the tip right issue form, who has it? Boom, they'll share with you. So these are the things. So you are always informed and making the right moves. Okay, coach, what's your advice on Nigerian brewery stocks? If you have, excuse me, if you have sufficient patience and you want to invest in the brewery sector in Nigerian breweries, you can go in and stay patient. Don't go in and after 6 months you are seeing other stocks jumping and you get discouraged, because most of the brewery sector, breweries stocks or companies are also going to recapitalize. I've given you a little bit of rundown about why Nigerian companies will continue to recapitalize, especially those that have not. Maybe let me do a reminder again. These are the things that we need to understand. The Nigerian Naira suffered serious devaluation in the last 3 years. And the Nigerian stock market has remained underpriced after that devaluation. You know, you used to need 4.5 million naira to raise $10,000 when exchange rate was 450 naira to $1. I won't forget, because that's usually my, that's the cash limit you can use to travel internationally. So when I'm traveling, it's always $10,000. How much? It's easy. You just 4.5 million or 3.6 million. During Jonathan's time, it was around 3.6 million. You've raised $10,000. Okay? When the Naira got heavily devalued, you now got to 750 Naira, meaning you need 7.5 million to raise $10,000. As we speak in today's Nigeria, 1,450 Naira to $1 means you need 14.5 million to raise $10,000. While all of that is going on, we saw the repricing of goods and services. In economics, they call it inflation. Things began to reprice because the items that you import from abroad cannot be the same price. It's in US dollars. When it lands in Nigeria, you have to convert to Naira. That means double the price it used to be. That was what threw most of these companies, including the breweries companies, into heavy losses, including MTN and everybody. Dangote Sugar, Dangote Cement, Boa Cement, all of them went into losses because most of their raw materials were coming from abroad, priced in dollars. So all the Naira they made, they now have to pay double the amount of Naira they usually used to buy these things. So what happens? The prices of things begin to go up. While every other thing, the Nigerian economy and everything was repricing, you saw inflation, how everything just added in price, right? One thing didn't change: stock prices. Bank stocks in 2025 started readjusting because even the banks became endangered. How? Their capital base is too small in dollar terms. What used to be $20 billion before is now $10 billion. And one investor from abroad can just come and clear Nigerian banks. they cannot compete with that kind of capital base, because we have international banks that compete internationally, open branches internationally. You will now have to increase your capital base to be able to take on certain financial transactions that your current capital base cannot allow. So the CBN, being the regulator of the banking sector, had to get the banks to now increase their capital base. That's why you saw banks doing public offer, rights issue, private placement, all manner. So everything else is repricing, but still most Nigerian companies are underpriced. That's why $1 is 1,450 naira, for instance. How many stocks are selling for $1 in Nigeria? You are still seeing 100 naira stock as expensive. We are still seeing Presco, which is a $1 stock, as expensive. You have Nigerian banks, no one is selling for $150. Right? Okay, not even $1. No Nigerian bank is selling for $1 per share. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've hit the 1 o'clock mark. We'll be taking your calls, but let's go ahead. Coach, please. Custodian. Oh, that comment from Dr. Okay. Dr. B. Rich says, Coach, please, Custodian, UBA, or NGX Group. Wow. These are solid names here. What do we do now? How do we analyze? How do we determine? They are of different sectors, but there are one or two things going for each one of them. Let's see what we can work out. A little bit of insight here and there can help us to make a choice. First, you said Custodian. So Custodian is a very big name. They have really diversified. The hint I gave us about FBN Quest, they are amongst those who bought into FBN Quest. So it will really be interesting to see the revaluation of that stock. All right, here we go. Going through the trailing 12 months, the price and everything. Custodian is 39.90, UBA 37, Nigerian exchange 56 naira. Now let's go on to. It will not be necessary to look at the revenue and all of that, but maybe we should just, for academic purpose, UBA's trailing 12-month revenue 1.86 trillion naira. Oh, what just happened? I lost one of them. And what was that? Custodian. Okay. Sorry, I have to fetch Custodian back. By the way, the call lines are open right now. It's going to be first come, first serve basis for the callers. So please line up. I'll be there with you. Custodian revenue 187.44 billion. Nigerian Exchange Group revenue 23 billion. UBA revenue 1.86 trillion. Net income for UBA 738 billion. That of NGX Group revenue, net income 13.49 billion. Now, there's serious value here. The margin here is beautiful. You make 23 billion revenue, you are able to net 13.49. That's a strong margin there. Custodian, from 187 revenue, they have netted 52 billion. That's also impressive, but I'm thinking that NGX figure is far better. But then that's on margins as far as revenue to net income is concerned. Now let's go on to shares outstanding. 5.88 billion shares. Custodian. NGS Group 2.2 billion shares. That also impresses me, meaning they have fewer shares in existence. UBA has 41 billion shares in existence. Earnings per share 19 naira 99 kobo. UBA trailing 12 months Earnings per share, NGX Group, 6 naira 12 kobo. Custodian earnings per share, 8 naira 92 kobo. This is a custodian at 39. And I used to see that custodian at 36. No wonder custodian rose as high as 40 at some point. And you're wondering, how can an insurance company be selling that much for that much? Okay. Custodian is 39 naira at the moment. Looks good. So now, how do you determine which one is cheaper? Just check their earnings per share, their PE ratio. In any case, remember, they are not in the same sector, so they are faced with all sorts of challenges. And so their challenges are different, their industries are different. But you want to make an independent decision amongst the three, PE ratio will help. The lower the PE ratio, the cheaper in terms of the metrics. So that removes the blindfold that total revenue can cause. When you make how many trillion, they say you are the biggest. It's not by like that. Investing, you need efficiency. How much value is being created for shareholders? This is where you should be concerned. And PE ratio is one of those things you can use to quickly decide. Custodian insurance PE ratio 4.47. NGX Group PE ratio 9.19. UBA PE ratio 1.85. That is to say, UBA appears cheaper than all of them at current price. PE ratio moves along with price. It's not static. But as we speak, based on current pricing, UBA is a much cheaper proposition. And I can tell you why. UBA got beaten down from 48 down to 36, all because they paid 25 kobo interim dividend versus the 2 naira they paid last year. The market can be so irrational, they can react and just dump on a stock. But I've told you here before that UBA had to clear their forbearance issues and clear off all and provide for impairments. All non-performing loans had to be provided for. And for that reason, maybe they couldn't have paid dividend because it happened to MTN last year, though not under CBN regulation. If you don't have the money to pay dividend, you can't pay dividend. It's the same thing that has happened to Fidelity this year, that they didn't pay interim dividend. Fidelity that paid 85 kobo last year. And what I'm saying is, this thing is a one-off. It was that one-off situation with MTN that made MTN sell down to 170 naira last year. And now they're out of it. The interim dividend MTN paid this year is even lower than what they paid last year. But the fact they managed to pay interim dividend, meaning they are out of that problem finally. This is what I saw 1 year ago. Their normal interim dividend used to be 10 naira per share, but this year they paid 5 naira. The previous year they didn't pay nothing. So it's a one-off issue, but the market might have overreacted to UBA, coupled with the season we are now. Stock prices are down. UBA will come out and declare a fantastic final dividend that will shoot the price back up to 50 naira. So if you are buying UBA now at 36, you are getting a good bargain. Thank you very much, Dr. B. Rich. The analysis is getting too many. I'm not even able to respond to all your questions, and it's already time to take your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, we're making great progress. The energy here is fantastic. Why are they asking me to find drop-in guests? TikTok, don't confuse me. Okay? We're not looking for drop-in guests. Owerri male fashion, I guess. First caller. So I'm going to be trying to combine the calls and also the comments, because I think I've spent a lot of time explaining and leaving your comments unanswered. So while we're trying to connect, okay, I think that call failed to connect. All right. UBA is a very good buy now. You know, the market can be blinded at times, especially at times like this. Nobody's really running around anywhere. There's no noise anywhere. So in this quietness is when to buy some of these stocks. 37 naira 45 kobo. You know why sometimes it doesn't? For instance, this UBA now, it's 37. I'm still 30 naira per share in profit because my enterprise is 7 naira. 30 naira per share in profit, even at this 37. So, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday also Beyond Meat started coming back up again. This US market will not finish us. And then I think someone was asking about IMPP. Please, if you have IMPP, hold your IMPP. If you want to buy more, buy now. IMPP's valuation is $6 per share, at least $6 per share. So the market can be very irrational. And when we talk about irrationality, the US market is even much more irrational. Crazy things happen there. You can make money out of it. You know, so IMPP's actual normal valuation is $6 per share. So if it's dropping now, that's a better company becoming cheaper to buy. You are in the market for long term. You are not here today, gone tomorrow. So there's no need to be worried about daily price. I've told you, daily price fluctuations may look like very volatile, but in a stretch of one full year, that thing that was doing you like it will look like this. It will look parabolic upwards. It will almost look like a straight line. Meanwhile, when you are worried on a daily basis, it looks like serious volatility. Relax yourself. Relax. Okay? All right, on to the next caller. Clean. Good afternoon, coach. Please, at least Atlas has refused to debit my account for tip public offer. Yemik, they didn't refuse. They are doing it in batches. I think Atlas is on the comments. Yesterday, they told us all of that. So stay calm. Leave the money there. If you have applied and submitted your form, that's okay. Clean, please, can you keep the noise quiet? And let's have a conversation. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining. Go ahead. Your name and where you're streaming from. Thank you, Chris. Go ahead.
Greetings, Coach. Thank you so much for everything you do. So, Coach, I and my wife were discussing yesterday, and she's thinking that she wants to, do a short-term trade. She had ₦1 million, and she's just discussing with me if she could just, now that the stocks are down, so if I could ask Coach of the stocks she can buy. Probably by February, March, you could, sell and stuff like that. So I said, okay, don't worry, I will talk to Coach here because I'm thinking of UBA then, but let me hear from Coach first.
You are still thinking? Well, while I'm still talking here, UBA is 38. UBA, naturally, right now, UBA, 37 naira yesterday, 38 naira now, 18.5 million bids, only 2 million offers. Some people are already aware that this UBA is cheap, and it's just the dull market that is delaying it. This one is sure banker. Once they announce their result in March, it should balloon back up because they're going to be paying a good dividend.
Okay, so I should rather go for UBA rather than UACN.
Well, UBA right now with this latest analysis I have just done, looking at what's going on in the market.
Okay.
UBA. Remember,
okay,
UBA priced their rights issue at 50 naira, even when the stock price was 48. That's the management confidently putting it at 50, knowing that the market, the general investing public will be discouraged, they will go and buy from the floor. They are ready to soak it all up in at 50. And the price is 38 here. That should tell us something. Thank you, sir.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much. God bless.
God bless you. Off to Yinka Gold. No, Owerri Male Fashion is back. Okay, let's hear from Owerri Male Fashion. In any case, I got a comment there from Obino Cham. Says, "Hi coach, got my first Aradel interim dividend. All thanks to you. Remain blessed." Obino Achin. Obino. All thanks to me. I didn't buy it for you. It's your money. Congratulations. This thing really baffles me a lot. It intrigues me. When most of you say, I got my dividend. Thank you, coach. It's not my money. You invested your money and got rewarded. Now, as long as you continue to hold that stock, you keep receiving dividend all your life, forever. Whether you work or you don't work, the people employed by Aradel are working the money out for you, and twice every year, every 6 months, you'll be receiving dividend from that investment. That's the beauty of investing. And then dividends have the potential to keep growing. So what you receive this year may not be what you receive next year. It's always going to likely to keep going higher as the company creates more value. Okay, it looks like Owerri Mail Fashion is refusing to connect for whatever connection reasons. One more try. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, coach.
Your name?
It's just, I was just trying to, make inquiries, because for 2 days now I've not been able to access my Atlas, portfolio, because I was trying to do some, movement of funds. So I came on here to see if Atlas was on here. Although I reached out to them though on their WhatsApp platform.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Atlas is in the house. What's your challenge? Say it and watch the comment section. They will respond there. Go ahead.
I just wanted to, I reached out to them on WhatsApp, and their IT guy reached out to me, but he was they asked me to share my, to be able to help me out, I should share my, what's it called, access to my laptop, through Team Viewer. So I was just trying to get them on here and ask them if just to confirm and make sure, that it's coming from them or something like that. I'm just trying to do a 2-factor authentication. That's all.
Okay, look through the comments. Atlas, please, could you respond on the comments so that we can take another call? Thank you very much. Just be watching the comments. You will see their response, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm seeing a very good point there also. Coach, another point to consider about UBA is that a lot of their shares are yet to be quoted. Actually, that's true. The figures I'm looking at does not put into cognizance the very volume of shares regarding their rights issue. So those rights issue will be eventually done. But even at that, take another look at that PE ratio again. 1.85. So if they add anything, it can only get to 2 point something. Oh my God, there's a lot of value there. Okay, but very nice take there also. That's why you also repeat these things over and over. You don't rely on old data from time to time, but before us currently, that's the current status. Atlas already responded. Yes, you can connect remotely to their support. Okay, thank you very much, Maobi, for that update. Next caller is Yinka Gold. Hello, good afternoon.
Coach, good afternoon.
Your name and where you're streaming from?
Yeah, this is Yinka from Lagos.
Thank you, Yinka. Go ahead.
Yeah, please, I sent a message to you regarding mutual benefit assurance, which I bought like 18 years ago. But I discovered that since that time, that stock has been dilly-dally for so long, but I couldn't sell. And it's so much.
What?
I just want to know if there's any hope.
When did you buy?
I bought it, I think I bought 2007.
Mutual benefit dilly-dallying. I know it was dilly-dallying for a long time until it got even suspended from trading for delays in submitting their financial reports. But the moment they lifted that technical suspension, mutual benefit jumped from 50 kobo to 1 naira, 2 naira, 3 naira, 4 naira. Are you aware of what the price is now, mutual benefits?
Actually, the last time I checked the price, I was not encouraged because I bought it. Those times that they were doing the primary offer in 206, 207.
How much was that?
That's when I bought it.
How much did you buy?
Shouldn't less than 5 naira at that time.
Really? I want to be sure. Very, very sure.
Yeah, shouldn't less than one because I discovered I lost like a 90% to 95% thereafter.
Well,
when the file came out.
Thank God for your decision not to look at it anymore, because at least it got to 4 naira 70 kobo, very close to your 5 naira valuation, price, before it pulled back. And it looks like you should hold tight to that, especially because I think I heard you right. You said you bought quite a volume. How many shares did you buy then?
I think I bought like 200. I think like close to 200,000 there.
Not a problem. Now, what you can do is hold on to those stocks. The insurance industry is going to experience some serious transformation next year, and mutual benefits is actually a darling of the market. They will also be able to rebound again further. Hopefully, we'll get back to your 5 naira price. So all hope is not lost. In any case, the worst days are over.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Yinka. Next caller, Charles Brain. After Charles, Dalucia. Then Sage Realty Limited. Charles Brain, next caller. Good afternoon, Coach. Please, Atlas is taking long to set up my account. Would you suggest I buy the tip now directly from the market? If so, at what price can I bid? Mrs. Obinna Albert. You could actually buy, if your account is delayed to be opened, you can still buy the public offer through the registrars directly, so that you don't not necessarily go and buy from the floor. Buy directly from the registrars, and whenever it's allotted, then you put it in you get it transferred to your Atlas Portfolios account. By then it should be ready. So you take advantage of that discount that the offer gives. Okay? Instead of buying it from the floor. Inegbe Noise Festus says, Beyond Meat has been pumping in the past day and pre-market today. Do you know why? No idea whatsoever. Maybe another short seller scenario. Okay, Sage Realty is our next caller.
Good afternoon, Coach.
A very good afternoon to you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Okay, my name is Choma. I'm streaming from River State, Port Harcourt, to be precise.
Thank you very much, Choma. Please go ahead.
Okay, I want to buy the public offer of tips because you advise that we wait till November, so I want to buy now for 9.5. But at the edge of making the payment, they say I can't exceed.
Looks like we've lost her there. I am thinking this could be connection.
Hello, Coach. I can hear you.
Okay. At the edge of making payment, that's where we lost
Yes. Yes, I want to buy the one of 1.5.
9.5, you mean?
Yeah, 1.5 million worth of stocks.
Okay.
But they said I can't buy more than 500,000.
Oh, on the public offer?
Yes,
Really?
sir.
That's serious. You can't buy more than 500,000 worth of shares. Who is your stockbroker? Hello?
I can hear you, Coach. I said the exact word said charge must not exceed 500,000 naira.
Who is your stockbroker? That's
Afro Investor.
So why not complete the form, submit to Afro Investor, and let them debit your account accordingly, instead of doing it online?
Okay, sorry, coach, how would I submit it?
You are in Port Harcourt, right?
Yes, coach.
You know Bongavilla.
It sounds familiar. I should have passed there.
Okay, innocent you. All right, let me think of another name now. Casablanca.
Yes, I know that area. Yes, GRA.
Almost opposite, but you won't get to Casablanca. The Bongavilla is a much more direct opposite to Afro Invest office.
Okay.
Right? You can go there, submit your form, and let them debit your account to the tune of 1 million or 1.5 that you want to spend.
Okay.
And
okay, sir.
don't waste time about that. If possible, you can send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll send you someone's contact. I think he's still there, who can guide you and just handle it for you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sorry, sir, but since my husband is not in town, he's not in the country, so how will he go about that? And he uses bamboo. But they also sent him the same error message.
I don't know how Bamboo will be able to process that for him. I don't use Bamboo. I don't know how they do it, because Bamboo has an affiliated broker that they work with. Whether they process public offer or not. Maybe who uses Bamboo on the comments, please can you advise? Because that's why we're a community here. Please, has anyone processed their public offer on Bamboo? Please just indicate on the comments so you can take a glean from there if at all it's possible. Otherwise, for him, if he does not have a direct broker, then he needs to find a way to use the registrars, and that limits him to that 500,000.
Wow. Okay, coach. I'll send you a message on Instagram. Should I send it now or should I wait after the live section?
You can send now or anytime, after the live, anytime. I usually land on the most recent messages after the live. So if you send after the live, that means you may be amongst the first set of people I respond to, downwards to the latest. So another way I can suggest is he can also send you the money he wants to invest. And since doing through your brokers can accommodate a lot more, then he can invest through you, should Bamboo not be able to handle it.
Okay, or do you think he can buy like twice? Since they say 500, maybe he can buy bit by bit.
Automatically
different
render
occasions.
his application void. There's a danger of
his
application being rendered void. It's like voting twice.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, coach. Okay, coach. Thank you very much, coach.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Good afternoon, coach. We're grateful for your dedication to the community. Sir, which of the pharmaceutical company will you recommend to hold for the next 3 years? Without mincing words, May and Baker may cure, but top on the list still remains FeedSyn. FeedSyn number 1, then you can add the others. KKS Stories. Next caller. Official Fredo Fem says, why can she buy twice on the tip web direct? I don't understand. You go and do twice and then you miss a chance to buy a stock for 9 naira 50 kobo. Then you have yourself to blame. Jojo says, coach, what price did you say about UBA to get? 37.50 or 37 something. Let's even see how much UBA is right now. Okay, 37.55. When I was talking, it got to 38. It's 37.55 at the moment, so that's not a bad entry. Next caller, looks like the other one failed. Drop C wheel. After drop C wheel, Mark Moses. Zenith is close to doing 1 billion naira worth of transactions so far. 928 million spent. Access Bank continues to lead in terms of value amongst the growth listings here. 6.3 billion naira worth of Access Bank traded. Something is brewing in Access Bank. Somebody is really repositioning there, I can tell. It's looking like the calls are not connecting for whatever reason, and then we have lost all other callers. So we go on to keep taking your comments. Please, coach, which public offer are you talking about? Victor Lewis, I was talking about Tip the Initiates PLC. Off to YouTube. Okay, Glory Udume says, coach, please, what's the best price to buy UACN? I'll check right away. Just give me a moment. UACN at the moment, you could buy, it's at 78.20. It keeps inching up gradually. Maybe 78. I think you can put in a price at 78 if you want immediately. Otherwise, you bid between now and Friday at 77.50 or thereabouts. E4121 says, good afternoon, coach. Kindly share your views on CWG PLC. My views, I'll make it simple. It's a stock worth about 25 naira per share, but currently selling at a good discount at 17 naira 20 kobo. In any case, you can actually see it as low as 16. It does that wild fluctuations a lot of times. So if you can position very well, stay alert and jump in when you see it under 17, that will be a great bargain. Coach, please, which insurance company should I bag? Agatha and Kiru or Moruyi. I love that word, bag. You bag it and enjoy your ride. NEM still looks very attractive to me, having even dropped below the usual 26 that I see as a good entry. Now 24.50. Okay. Coach, how do I join the Network Investors Club? Send me a DM, Nsa Okoye. Send me a DM on Instagram where you are chatting from, requesting to join the Discord group or Network Investors Club. And I'll forward a link to you, but please, everyone who wants to join, remember you have to first download the Discord app, install on your phone, and register your own Discord account. These layers, these procedures are layers of security that helps you stay safe when you join the group. Please, until you do this, just clicking on the link doesn't work. I usually send you the Discord group link and the YouTube channel link together. They are all free. Subscribe to the YouTube for free. Join the Discord group for free. Okay, so always make sure. And when you get in, you'll be sent a welcome message in the group. Carefully read through the bylaws and everything, how we operate, down to the video that will be attached to that message. And then remember, there are other channels. Don't stay in the welcome page. That's the arrival lounge. The first place you land is the arrival lounge. Don't stay there and think that's all. You will stay there and think there's no discussion going on. You miss a lot. Read down, follow the link to join the channels for the daily discussions. Prince Olamoto says, hi coach, I bought my tip offer using this link directly. Offer.initiatesgroup.com. Yeah, that's the one you buy directly on the registrar's portal, so that's fine. It's okay. Next, okay, we do not have any more callers, so we can continue to take your comments. Good day, coach. Please, from Aradel or Presco, which is better to put 1 million naira to take advantage of the opportunity this period for next year? Temitope Adewoye, Aradel or Presco? I'll go for Presco. I'll go for Aradel. Straight up Aradel. Right away. Watch out for my video on Aradel. It should be dropping, if not within the week, then the weekend. Keep your comments coming in, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like YouTube is frozen. I don't know why. Looks like connection problems, but by all means, keep your comments coming in. Let's keep communicating. What do you say about charms? Well, I've said enough about charms. I've bagged enough charms. I'm just relaxed. Charms is a $1 million share challenge, and if you want to profit from it, then just put in patient funds there and relax. Charms is doing a whole lot of things. They're investing a whole lot, and so time will be required for everything to mature. What we're trying to do is planting. You know, when you plant, you want to give it time to grow. Without growth, there will be no chance for to benefit the harvest. Okay, so that's the way it works. All right. Coach, please, I didn't get the name of the US stock you mentioned that we can buy now. Did you say? I said IMPP. Mary Chris, IMPP, Imperial Petroleum. Olutola Florence says, good afternoon, coach. We are grateful for your dedication to the community. Okay, I've responded to that. Coach, good day, please. I wanted to know if Academic Press paid the dividend, please. Adwan Pearl Studio, Academy must have paid. I don't know yet. I don't know if they have paid. Nsa Okoye says, coach, please, what happened with ARM Properties private placement? No idea. Must it be 1 million shares in case I want to buy any shares? Nelly Joe, I want you to understand this. We already have started investing for so long, and so many people are new to the investment business, if you like. And so I thought, having seen the way stock prices behave over time, the best way to become a millionaire fast while staying patient, just unconsciously becoming a multi-millionaire, is most of these stocks that are selling as penny stocks today, they will eventually become the most expensive stocks tomorrow. Along the line, we narrowed down on some stocks that have potentials and prospects of growing over time, and said, look, enough of sitting here and telling you, if you bought NACO 5 years ago, and this is real, 2 naira per share. In fact, I've shared with us several times here where NACO was even selling for less than 2 naira, 1 naira 90 kobo, just 5 years ago. You would have your 2 million naira invested in 1 million shares of NACO that time is now worth 106 million naira, because NACO is now 100 naira or 106 naira per share. Then your dividend per share this year your dividend for this year alone would have been 5.9 million or something like that, because NACO paid 5 naira 90 kobo per share. Multiply that by 1 million shares you bought with 2 million naira, 5.9 million. That is almost 3 times the amount you used to buy the stock 5 years ago is what you are receiving in 1 year's dividend. Understand that? That's the reason why I'm now here, and I've been crying it here, saying, if you have never bagged 1 million shares of any company before, this is the time to find one and on your own, at your own pace, build 1 million shares of any of these penny stocks. Don't wait, because this investing is a habit. You are here, you should be here for life. It should be your lifestyle. It will help you. If you are here for the long haul, why miss such opportunities? While you are looking for solid stocks, strong stocks, growth stocks, blue chip stocks, the big boys, find a way, because these big boys of today were small boys yesterday. So take advantage of the time you are in now to also position yourself in some of those stocks, so that 5 years from now, when they start selling for double digit, what you bought for 2 million can be worth 30 million. The stock needs to just move from 2 naira per share when you bought it to 30 naira, or you bought it 6 naira, it's now 30 naira. Whatever it is, when they start paying dividend, it becomes very substantial as well. If you have 100,000 shares of a stock that pays 10 kobo per share dividend, that's 10,000 naira. Nothing. By the time they remove withholding tax, it's no longer up to 10,000. But that same 10 kobo, if it's on 1 million shares, that's 100,000 for a start. That company grows and starts paying 50 kobo per share. As small as it sounds in the ears, that's 500,000 for you who has 1 million shares. You get the point now? So that's it. So it must not be 1 million shares of any stock you are buying. What we are saying is, whatever you already have, if this category of stocks we have penciled down for 1 million challenge is not in your list, and you don't have any stock that is up to 1 million, use this chance to accumulate one, while still maintaining your original investment strategy of investing in big companies for whatever reason, dividend or capital gains. I hope that's clear enough. Okay, and then I went on to state clearly, if you are a student or a civil servant who does not have sufficient to put in stocks, even if it's a 2 naira stock, and you can't muscle 1 million shares, because that will mean 2 point something million. Never mind. Your own 1 million share challenge could mean accumulating 100,000 shares of that company. You are done. But by all means, we are looking at carrying substantial quantity of any of these affordable stocks for now and holding on to them. Imagine you bought 100,000 NACO. 100,000 NACO 5 years ago was 200,000 naira. Today, that same 100,000 NACO at 100 naira per share, is that not 10 million? Neat. 10 million. 200,000 naira becomes 10 million in 5 years. All right. So that's it. Are there callers now? I don't want a situation where callers begin to line up. You have 13 callers by 1:55. Maobi is in the building. Come on now. Let's hear Maobi. They have gone to clone him and create fake accounts with his name. Maobi is a hot cake right now. Hello, Maobi, are you there? Are we connecting, or this thing is refusing to connect? We've lost him. Please call back and let's connect. Able God, next caller. Jude Moore says, Coach, is it possible to buy FGN bond via Atlas? Yes, it is very possible.
I need quiet. Can I call here? I need quiet. Go.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Please, can you go away from the noise? You can't cope with this.
Yeah, Piotr is my name from London.
Your
Can you hear me,
environment is
Coach?
noisy.
It's noisy. Oh, let me take off my Bluetooth. Sorry. Is it better now? Is it better now?
It's not. We are running out of time. Do it fast, or you call
Yeah,
back.
I've done it. Is it better now?
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, yesterday you were talking about Atlas, sending money into Atlas accounts. And because I use Bamboo and Avri Invest, I can send money there. It doesn't have to be direct from my bank account to Bamboo account. But it seems that the way you explained it yesterday, I didn't really get it. Because like me staying outside in diaspora, I can go to any app to send money into the Atlas account as long as I have the bank details and put the reference that have been given. So it can that not be possible? Because unlike me now, I use a private savings account in Nigeria, whereby I can only send maximum of 1 million naira in a day.
One
But
question.
in a situation where I have
One question.
Yes. So the question is,
Hold on. I want to ask you one question.
Okay.
Have you transferred to Atlas before?
Yes, I'm using Atlas, but it's only from my bank account.
Okay.
So I've not used outside account to transfer. But the way you were saying it yesterday, it seems that you can only transfer from your own account into Atlas account. Is that what you meant, or am I getting it wrong?
That's what I meant. It has to be coming from your account. Have you ever transferred from somewhere else that is not your account to Atlas?
No, I've not done with Atlas, but I've done with Bamboo and Avri Invest. I can send money from my wife's bank account into Bamboo or Avri Invest, and I can also send from like Remitly. We use it from UK, Remitly. So when I pay direct, I'll just send it. But these ones are easy for me because I can check.
Your name in anywhere from the source account the money is coming?
It doesn't really reflect. It just goes into the account, and then I can check myself to see that it's already sitting there. But I can understand a little bit because Atlas, when you send, it doesn't go straight into my portfolio. Atlas has to send the money into my portfolio.
I think they are trying to do automated receipts. When they're done with that, it could be possible. For now, don't risk it. Just send the way you normally send, so that you don't struggle with clearing your money.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Next caller, Sarah. Hi, coach. Please, how much can I bid for Charms today? Charms 2 naira 98 kobo. I saw it. Let's see how much it is now. Okay, 2.95. Yesterday's closing price. Charms just doesn't stop giving. 8 million bids versus 4 million offers. Excuse me. Okay, I think that call didn't connect. We go on to Bisoye.
Hello, coach.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, coach.
You're streaming from?
My name is Bisoye. I'm streaming from Lagos, Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Bisoye, for joining once again. Go ahead.
Thank you, coach, for all you do. Yes, I've done as requested. Concerning my unclaimed dividend, I've collected the banker's confirmation and I've attached with the data stream registrar's e-dividend form and Mary stream. I've sent to SEC, but I've not gotten a response.
Okay. When did you send
Yes. I sent it, was it 2 days ago? Yes, yesterday. Or
okay.
2 days. Yes,
Give
yesterday.
them 1 week, then you do a reminder again.
Okay.
You will keep reminding them until they respond.
Okay.
Yes.
Then secondly, the TIP IPO, I sent my application and the field form since a week ago, but I have not gotten a response. I called their number yesterday and I spoke with one of the staff. He said I should send in a reminder. Even as yesterday, you call them severally, they don't pick calls. Maybe to be on the safe side, maybe I should go to the office on the island to submit physically. I don't understand.
You mean the registrars of TIP?
Yes, sir.
I think it's better to just go to the island.
Okay.
You want to be doubly sure about things like this.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's all for now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so I'm seeing comments that like Sir Amcolet and others are saying they can actually send money directly from the UK using all of those transfer apps. But you mentioned you send it using a transfer app registered with your name. That's the question I was asking him, the caller who called in. If your name is reflected in whatever app you are using to send the money, that's the same thing we're talking about. It's in order. You can use those apps to transfer money to Atlas. So let's get it right and not mix it up. In the case where you're sending money that your name is not the host or host account from which the money is coming from, that's where there's a problem. It's very simple and easy to understand. So even if you have not used the app to send money to Atlas before, as long as it reflects that it's coming from you, then it's okay. It's not difficult to understand. For me, just don't get into a situation where you start struggling to identify yourself that you sent money, they've not seen it. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. As long as the host account reflects your name as it arrives, then they should be able to sort it out using the current method until they eventually automate the payment receipt gateway. Which stock is good for 1 million challenge? Nelly Jo is not joking. She's so serious, right? 1 million challenge stocks. We mentioned UPDC REIT, currently 6 naira 60 kobo. Tantalizers 2 naira 30 kobo. So Charms 2 naira 95 kobo. QTix 3 naira. The result wasn't very good, so the market is still dilly-dallying. January, February, it will also join the rally. UPDC also. Then remember, there's UPDC, there's UPDC REIT. But between UPDC REIT and UPDC, I always normally want to go for UPDC REIT. There's also ROT Briscoe. Think of Cornhall, and then some of these other cheaper insurance stocks as well. So I mentioned about 7 good candidates for the 1 million challenge. Over to you. Yakol Venture says my account has been deducted for IPO. All right, so there you go. Okay, JD Foods is giving us further updates. Says I used Lemify and it's received. Just reference your CHN and CACS. Okay, I think we've got very sufficient feedback, and that's why the community setting is always best. Whatever you are asking, somebody has an experience that they can share with you, and we all flow building together. Okay. Looks like YouTube is frozen out, so I'm going to switch their connection in order to get going. Good morning, Coach. I have no question, but just to say thank you for all you do. You are touching lives and impacting generations. May the good Lord abundantly bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. Akudo Onyido, thank you very much for your kind prayers. Okay, Leke says remit me. Is it remit me? Remitly can be credited directly to Atlas GT account. All right. Coach, you can send money to Atlas using apps, but WhatsApp Atlas with your CSCS and CHN. All right, Eukarya Uzo. I love the way everybody just quickly responds and clears the air on matters. Sonwa Joy. Good afternoon, sir. Please, between TIP and Ella Lake, which is a better buy now? 2 different industries, 2 different waiting time lags. I think we proceed with TIP while you buy Ella Lakes later. Okay, that'll be that on Instagram. Hello, sir. Please, any comment on multi-tracks meeting? No comments. No updates from me directly. Okay. Tunde Afon says, don't switch. Says YouTube is okay. Okay, that means the challenge is coming from my end. 4 minutes before we round off for today's interestingly engaging live stream, we go on to the next caller. Oh, Nelly Joe is here already. All right, let's hear Nelly Joe. 4 minutes. How do we deal with this now? Suddenly we have so many other callers standing by. 5 callers in 4 minutes. Let's see how we deal. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from. Okay, we lost that caller. Sage Realty is back here. Okay, let's see. Hello, coach. How many times are there paid dividends in a year? Kinosas? Twice every year. Hello, good afternoon. Looks like it's a mistaken call. We'll go on to Big ID.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're streaming from?
Good afternoon, sir.
Quickly, go ahead.
I'm streaming from Ghana. I recently come across your live stream and it has been so helpful. Although I come late because I'm not always online. I bought a Dangote Sugar some weeks back. It was around 64 thereabout, and now it has reduced back to 55. I want to ask, should I keep buying, because I want to hold it for a long time? Should I keep buying it, or is there any other stock I need to buy? Like, I don't know if I should use that Dangote for that 1 million Charlie, or I should buy other stuff for it.
Please buy more now that it's low. You know what you will do to yourself? You automatically drop the average price from that 64 down close to the 55 it is selling now, which is fantastic for you. Whether you buy now or not, come January, February, it will rally upwards and above that 64. So buying now positions you for better profits when the market rebounds.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
So I shouldn't bother much about that stuff.
Okay, it depends. If you have sufficient money to expand further, you can add, say, Aradel to your portfolio.
Aradel?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. 1 minute to go. Let's talk with my God me. Okay, my God me, the environment is noisy. We can't take that. Last caller, Nels. My chief coach, apart from TIP, which among VFD, UPDC rate, and ROT Briscoe should I speed up on for my 1 million challenge? Apart from TIP, UPDC rate, speed up UPDC rate. ROT Briscoe can still dilly-dally around and wait for you to come back in. VFD also, candidate generous, continues to fluctuate. It's quite a volatile stock, but you see that UPDC rate, bag it. They already pay over 50 kobo per share annual dividend. 1 million shares means 500,000 naira dividend every year. Hello, good afternoon. Last caller. Okay, looks like Sage Realty actually called in error, so we proceed to round off today's meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Thank you so very much for all your efforts and your dedication to growing wealth. You impress me a lot. You push me a lot to do more with this kind of enthusiasm. You are the best bunch of honest Nigerians looking forward to growing their money from wherever they are earning from. And I can assure you, on this journey, I'm with you all the way for as long as you permit me. So we've come to the end of today's live stream. This is how we started November, and November is gone. Now December started, day 2 is gone. Very soon, we will be in harvest season in January, when all the stocks you've been investing in will start growing like grass almost on a daily basis. And on that note, I would like to say thank you very much. If you want any further updates or directions, you want to join Network Investors Club, please follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. Tap on that LinkedIn on my bio, tap on that link tree on my bio to also subscribe to my YouTube channel for free, so that you can be able to, especially those who are following the YouTube videos, can be able to watch the full details of today's live stream unhindered. I noticed the real-time transmission is frozen, but I can assure you the downloaded video version will not be frozen at all. It will be smooth. Okay? So if you are in UK, US, Canada, because of time difference, you couldn't meet up, you can always go back to the YouTube video for today and previous days' live streams to watch. Together, let's keep growing, let's keep building. Everywhere you go, please share the live stream, share the videos you come in contact with, and so on. And let's keep educating fellow Nigerians and bringing as many out of a rat race of financial dungeon. We all aspire for a great financial future, and we will make it because it's very possible with what we're doing. Thank you very much. See you again tomorrow, same time, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Until then, this is me saying one more time, you are the best.